everybody, welcome to Appa's Kitchen. It's Sunday and Sunday means pasta. So today I'm just going to make a quick and easy pasta puttanesca. So puttanesca, garlic, anchovies, tomatoes, and pasta. Doesn't get any easier than that. Well, some olives, some capers. All right, but you get the idea. It's really simple. My water is already on the stove. I haven't even started my prep yet. It's going to come together in just a few minutes. This is the way I make it. You might make it differently. You can make it differently. Yeah, just put what you like in it. If there's some things you like, add them. If there's some things you don't like, omit them. But my version is pretty simple and it works for me. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, here are the ingredients for our pasta puttanesca. First, anchovies. I like these cento anchovies. I get them at Trader Joe's. I'm not making a lot, so I'm just going to use a small can of these mutti peeled whole tomatoes. And then I have also some fresh tomatoes that I'm just going to add for a little bit of freshness. Essential for me is garlic. I use a lot of garlic in my puttanesca. And then we got olives and anchovies. I like these oil cured black olives. They have a really nice intense flavor. Love them. They're very salty. And then capers. And for my pasta, and red pepper flakes for a little bit of heat. For my pasta, I'm using Bucatini. Bucatini is a thick pasta with a hole. I tried showing this hole before and couldn't quite get it in the camera, but there's a hole, trust me. There you go, you can kind of see it. There's a hole in the pasta. This is a coarse grain semolina. I can feel there's a little coarseness, roughness to the pasta. So it's a nice toothy pasta. Works great with this sauce. All right, so let's get started prepping everything. There are really only two things I need to prep for this. One is my garlic. So I'm going to use 4 cloves today. It's a lot. You know, I watch a lot of different cooking videos and the Italians are always complaining that the Americans use too much garlic. Well, you know what? Get over it. Because if you like garlic, use it. If you don't like garlic, don't. But I kind of think that puttanesca has a lot of garlic in it. All right, so I'm just going to peel the garlic, give it a rough chop. And set it aside. Okay, there we go. Garlic is ready. Yeah, that's a lot of garlic. I forgot I'm just making this for one. So that's a lot of garlic for one person, but nobody's going to be kissing me, so that's not a problem. Next, I need to get my olives ready. So these olives are great. These oil cured black olives. The only problem is they have pits. So we need to get rid of the pits. So I'm just gonna smash them with my knife. And then take out the pit and chop them. So you don't need to watch me do all of these olives, but you get the idea. When you come back, my olives will be ready. Okay, there we have it. I have my olives and my garlic ready to go. I'm just going to open up my anchovies. I'll probably use about 4 to 6 anchovies, I'm not sure. And then open up my tomatoes. That is my prep. The water is on the stove. I'm ready to start cooking. I'm heating up my pan. I'm going to start with some olive oil. Turn down my heat. Add the garlic. I decided to use all of the garlic, why not? And then let's throw in some anchovies. I think there are 2 there. That's 3. 4. You know, use as many as you want. Just know that they are salty, they're fishy. So the more anchovies you put in, the more flavor it's going to have. So it looks like I ended up with about 6 anchovies. This is a kind of medium, low heat. So we just want the garlic to soften up a little bit. The anchovies will begin to dissolve. And once that happens, once my garlic is ready, I can add the capers and the olives, the tomatoes, and just let it simmer a little bit while my pasta cooks. Okay, my anchovies have started to dissolve. I'm going to add some capers. I'm just going to use this whole jar with that. You don't have to add any salt to this dish, not even to the pasta water, because you have salty anchovies, salty capers, salty olives, and plenty of salt. I'm going to add some red pepper flakes. That was a little whoops. All right, so it's going to be spicy today. That's okay. I'm going to add my whole tomatoes. So there are 4 tomatoes. This time I'm not going to even bother crushing them with my hand because they will dissolve. Just rinse out the can a little bit. Throw in some fresh cherry tomatoes, the olives. And there you have it. Pasta Puttanesca. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but maybe that's because that's how easy it is. it is. See, you see I just crushed the tomatoes with my fork. The cherry tomatoes will soften up, but I want to keep them kind of on the whole side. I sliced them in half, so they're going to be a little bit more intact, just to give me a little bit of texture. Okay, so I'm going to cover that and start boiling my water for my pasta. Looks like I have 9 minutes on the pasta once I throw it in to al dente. My pasta has been cooking. It's set for 9 minutes for al dente. When it had 1 minute left, I turned the heat off, so it's now coming down from a boil. I just find it's easier to handle it when the water is not boiling, because I'm just going to take it directly out of the pot. And the bucatini, for me, I prefer it a little bit more cooked than less, because it is a thick pasta. So I'm not really worried about overcooking it. Usually 9 minutes is not enough for me. So I'm going to add the pasta to my sauce. The sauce, I took the lid off to let some of the water evaporate. And I have my pasta water here just in case if I need to add some pasta water, but it's looking pretty good right now. Look at that. Yeah, I think I might want to add just a splash of pasta water, then I'm going to taste it. And see if I want to cook it any longer. Beautiful. It smells so good. Looks great. Cherry tomatoes are soft, but they're still intact. So those are going to be nice little bites of tomato. All right, let's give it a little taste. Yeah, it's really hard to grab. Perfect. Delicious. Pasta's perfectly done for me. Okay, here we have it. Pasta Puttanesca with bucatini. Let's see how it tastes. I'm going to get one of those tomatoes. That fresh tomato is such a nice touch because it just explodes with flavor in your mouth. This is a very strong sauce. It's not for the weak. You have the anchovies, the dried olives are very intense, garlic of course, the hot pepper, which I may have gone a little heavy-handed accidentally on that, but it's great. So then to get that burst of freshness from the cherry tomato, it's so good. I'm gonna say, I think this is the best Puttanesca I've ever made. Don't know why. Now, you want to put some fresh basil, you can do that. I don't know if it's in the rule book. I had a friend, Medigan, who thought he was an expert on Italian food, who made Puttanesca. He put thyme and oregano and rosemary. I don't know what he put in it. Personally, I didn't like it. I like the nice, clean flavors of just a few simple ingredients. Garlic, anchovy, tomatoes, and then, you know, this little burst of saltiness you get from the olives and the capers. And the Bucatini works so nicely because it's thick and it's chewy. All right, I don't think you want to sit here and watch me eat all of this. So I'm going to take one more bite. And I'll let you go. Try it. Let me know what you think. Play around with it. If you like anchovies, I've actually made it with a whole tin of anchovies. You can add more, you can add fewer. You can add more garlic, less garlic. Hot pepper, add it, don't add it. You can put black pepper instead. I didn't put any black pepper in this. Experiment with the olives. I like the dry cured black olives. You can make it with green olives, capers. There are different kinds of capers, I guess. There are dried capers, there are capers in brine, which is what I used. So, you know, play around with it. Look around on YouTube, see if you can find other recipes. I don't follow, you know, recipes really. The things that I make from growing up, I make them pretty much according to the way my mom taught me. And then things like Puttanesca, I just learned the basic ingredients and I kind of made my own recipe. So if I'm breaking a rule, I apologize to all of Italy, but my feeling is that recipes are guides and you don't have to follow a recipe verbatim. Because what if you don't have all the ingredients and you still want to make it? You improvise. That's where Italian food comes from. It's from improvisation, from just using what's on hand to make something delicious out of a few simple ingredients. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to like this video, subscribe. You will really help to support my channel if you subscribe, if you watch the videos, comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Bye.